Still trying to figure out why your business is not working? Well, watch this video, ladies and gentlemen, and find out. Ask yourself some serious questions, what I'm about to share with you. All right, so let's go ahead and watch. My name is Joe Mendoza. I happen to be in real estate a long time, almost 30 years as a licensed broker here in California. And I tried just about everything under the sun, okay? To the point where I got really good at marketing. I even own a marketing company and I'm a publisher. I have a magazine. So if you want to know about marketing, I'm probably your guy. All right. So let's check this out, guys. I'm going to share my screen and kind of help you out because I know, like I said, I know from trying a lot of different things out as a marketer, as a real estate agent with my clients, there's some things that this video will probably open up your eyes and turn your business around. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you something like this is a true visualization on any business out there. Okay. And write this down, make a copy, make it nice and pretty on Canva or have your assistant do it or whatever, and put it on your wall. Because what I'm about to share with you will make all the difference in the world if you're going to succeed or not. Okay. And so check this out. There's a thing called a funnel. In every single business, there's a funnel. Right? This is my, my Picasso funnel, just joking. So anyway, it goes like this, right? You think of a funnel when you put oil in your car, right? When you put oil in your car, you put this little funnel, you put that oil and it goes down this little tube into the car, right? You're maybe baking something. There's funnels for baking. This funnel is for any business, like I said, out there. Okay. And so on the top of the funnel, you need to prospect. I don't care how you prospect. Some of you are prospecting on YouTube. You found me on YouTube. This is my way of prospecting. Okay. If you're a realtor, like, God, today's March 2nd. This is a time of the month where you should be going after expireds. They're low hanging fruit. They were motivated to sell. They need to sell. They want to sell. Sometimes they had a terrible agent. Sometimes it was the marketing. Sometimes it was pricing. Sometimes it was inaccessibility or the showing of the home. It was terrible. There was not the right colors. So maybe they should have painted the house. The yard maybe was terrible, this and that. So anyway, let's stay focused here. Prospecting, you want to prospect. Okay. In real estate or whatever business, you're hoping to get leads. Okay. And so when you're getting all these different leads, not everybody wants to buy or sell a home. Not everybody wants to buy or sell a home. You do an open house. Not everybody there. Some people are looky-loos, right? And so some of them are actual leads. Maybe they don't have an agent, okay? That's your chance to go after them, okay? So I'll talk about my magazine, okay? Some people use that as a prospecting tool, and hopefully some of them are getting leads. With my magazine strategy, unfortunately, they're just relying on one thing. I tell them in the very beginning, every now and then, we have events. And I tell my business advertisers, come to these events. I'll put you belly to belly with neighbors and other business advertisers. And believe it or not, some of these advertisers don't go. They don't take advantage of this other avenue to get leads, belly to belly. Anyway, after that, you're hoping that some of these leads, you're going to get an appointment. Okay, so you see it's getting narrower and narrower and narrower. Okay, you prospect to get leads. These leads hopefully turn into appointments. Okay, after appointments, okay, I'll talk real estate. Real estate, not everybody wants to buy, not everybody wants to sell, or they're waiting for their bonus, or they're getting a new job, or they're waiting for their transfer. All right, it's still an appointment. It still was a good lead. Okay, you put them on your calendar a month from now or 3 months from now. Here's a pro tip. If somebody says, hey, call me in about 2 weeks, always chop it in half. They say, call me in 3 months, always chop it in half. Because you never ever know, things could change and then they're more motivated than ever. Okay. After you go to these appointments, you're hoping to get a contract signed. When you're at that appointment, you're with a seller. Well, like I said, some of them might be waiting on a job transfer. So you don't get the listing contract signed. Okay. This buyer, you showed them 7 homes. They want to look at 7 more. Well, you didn't make an offer. That's a contract. Okay. And when we write these contracts, whether it's a seller or a buyer, well, guess what? Not all of them go into escrow. Okay. So in this case, in real estate, we're hoping to get an escrow. Okay. In California, at least here, under contract, we're pending. Okay. And so we're hoping to prospect, to get leads, to hopefully turn them into appointments, or maybe your VA, your appointment center, turning them into contracts to get an escrow. And then lo and behold, okay, at the bottom of the funnel, you get paid. Okay, money. That's a dollar sign in case you're trying to figure out I know my Picasso skills are not on point right now. But anyway, again, this is a funnel approach. Now, whether it's some of you guys know I'm a marketer as well, and I do digital marketing. And so we have sales funnel, lead magnet, squeeze pages, landing pages. That's a funnel as well. Okay. And so when they go into your funnel, maybe a VSL, a video sales letter, same thing, guys. Okay. They're either a yes, a no, a maybe. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about the digital world because I understand it. Okay. So you set up in like go high level, a trigger. Okay. This is a yes. This is a no. This is a maybe. And with this workflow, drip, 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 drip. You set up an email, you set up a text, you set up an email, you set up a follow-up call, you set up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Same thing in real estate. You want to do multiple touches to hopefully they're moving down the funnel and you finally convert them. Years ago, I had this thing called Top Producer. Now that was very old school CRM marketing. I would put somebody on a 5-year or 10-year drip email campaign. Okay. I'd meet this person at an open house. I'd grab their email and I put them into, okay, this was obviously a buyer because they were renting. I'm going to put them on my 5 to 10 year drip campaign. 2 to 3 years later, they would call me. Hey, Joe, I've been on your email list forever. I'm ready to buy or I'm ready to sell. Okay. So folks, just because they're not ready to buy or sell now, they will be eventually. If they say, hey, take me off your list, then take them off your list, let them deal with somebody else because there's lots and lots and lots of other people out there that want to buy, that want to sell. Okay. And here's the thing that I noticed also with a lot of new business owners and professionals, whether they're a lender, a loan officer. I mean, like I said, I have a magazine and some of these guys are startups and they don't get this. And I'm hoping they see this and they get this because their funnel looks like this. It looks like this. Okay. And the reality is so true. They're going to go to BNI. They're going to go to these networking events. They're going to go to the Chamber of Commerce. That's their prospect thing because they know no other way. Okay. And guess what? They don't do lead follow-up. They don't go for another cup of coffee. They don't put somebody on an email drip. They're terrible at following up. Well, that's what it looks like. Their funnel is about this small. And so like, if you look at this, well, how are they going to get paid if their funnel is that small? They're never getting paid. And that's why they sometimes blame me as their publisher or advertiser or marketing consultant. Hey, put the blame on you. And this is, a video. If you're watching the YouTube, you'll see the visual. When you're pointing fingers like that, right? You're pointing fingers like that. I want you to own it. Okay. Be a grown up, take responsibility because check this out. When you're pointing and blaming others, you're pointing the finger at Joe as your publisher, business advertiser, coach, consultant, whatever. Well, 3 fingers are pointing right back at you. Okay. This is your business. This is your agency. You're a loan officer, a real estate agent. Start owning up to it because this is it, guys. You really, really need to level up on this because the bigger the top of the funnel, the bigger the paycheck. And I mean that sincerely. There's been numerous businesses. I use the same methodology, the same strategy, and also with my coaching clients and people I consult with. And lo and behold, Joe, you are so right. I joined your magazine. I'm going to the events and look what's happening. I'm turning stuff around. Well, they heeded my advice. They listened to me. And of course, they're going to get paid, And so anyway, I wanted to show this illustration for teaching purposes. And again, big or small, I want to help create wealth for all. That's why I'm on YouTube, because this is one of the biggest channels, methodologies out there. Google, number 1, YouTube. I mean, this is like a game that I like to play on getting my message across to the masses. Okay. Again, big or small, I want to help create wealth for all. If you like what you saw here, share, subscribe, follow, the drill, guys. But hey, seriously, I love you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve whatever I can do as long as I'm still above ground. I could still talk and you guys could still listen. Your best life, your awesome, amazing life is waiting for you. So go after it. Take care. God bless. See you guys soon.